The day the aliens arrived changed everything. Large silver ships appeared in the sky over major cities around the world. They hovered silently, their smooth hulls reflecting the sunlight. After 3 days of waiting, they finally sent a message. They called themselves the Galactic Confederation, and they wanted to talk. Dr. Alan Carter stood nervously in the United Nations meeting hall in New York. As NASA's lead xenobiologist, he had spent his life searching for signs of alien life. Now they had found us instead. His hands shook slightly as he adjusted his tie. The room was filled with world leaders, military officers, and scientific experts, all waiting for the aliens to arrive. "Relax, Alan," said Lisa Daniels, standing beside him. She wore a crisp military uniform with the patches of the newly formed United Nations Space Coalition. "Just breathe." The large doors at the end of the hall opened. Everyone fell silent as 5 tall figures walked in. The aliens called Vraxians stood nearly 7 feet tall with bluish-gray skin and 4 arms. They moved with a proud, military bearing that reminded Lisa of career soldiers. The lead Vraxian stepped forward. "I am Commander Zex Talon of the Galactic Confederation. We welcome Earth to the larger community of spacefaring species." After the formal introductions, the human and alien delegations moved to a large conference room. Maps and images of different planets appeared on screens around the room. "Your world is quite soft," Commander Zex Talon said, looking at pictures of Earth's forests and oceans. "Soft?" asked Alan. "Yes. The environments on our worlds are much harsher. Our species evolved to be strong. Our animals are fierce." The alien pressed a button, and images of massive creatures appeared on the screens. One looked like a cross between a rhinoceros and a tank, with natural armor plating and 3 horns. Another showed a pack of 6-legged predators taking down something that resembled a small building. "These are the apex predators of just one continent on our homeworld," another Vraxian said proudly. "Compared to them, your Earth creatures are like, what do you call them? Ah, yes, kittens." Lisa noticed several military officers shifting uncomfortably in their seats. No one liked being looked down on. Alan tried to defend Earth. "Our planet may seem gentle compared to yours, but our animals have evolved remarkable adaptations." "Our predators are small and weak," interrupted the Vraxian. "We have studied your wildlife already. Nothing on your planet would survive a day on ours." The meeting continued with discussions about trade, technology sharing, and diplomatic relations. But the Vraxians' dismissive attitude toward Earth remained clear. Later that evening, at a reception held for the alien delegation, Commander Zex Talon approached Alan and Lisa as they stood near the buffet table. "I have a proposal," the alien said. "A friendly competition." "What kind of competition?" Lisa asked carefully. "A contest of predators. Your best against ours and other species in the Confederation. It would be educational for your people to see true apex hunters." Alan started to object, but the alien continued. "Such events are common when new species join the Confederation. It helps establish a proper understanding of each world's strengths." The way he said, "proper understanding," made it clear he expected Earth to learn its place when at the bottom. "And if we refuse?" Lisa asked. Commander Zex Talon made a gesture with his upper arms that might have been a shrug. "Then we would understand your reluctance to face superior life forms. No shame in knowing one's limitations." After the aliens left the reception, Alan turned to Lisa. "They're baiting us." "Obviously," she agreed. "But we might not have a choice. This feels like some kind of test. If we back down now, they'll never respect humans." The next morning, the United Nations Security Council met in emergency session. After hours of debate, they made their decision. Earth would accept the challenge. None of them knew they had just set in motion events that would change humanity's standing in the galaxy forever. 2 weeks after Earth accepted the challenge, a team of scientists, military personnel, and wildlife experts gathered at NASA headquarters. Large screens showed images of a planet called Nexus 9, a neutral world with various environments that would serve as the competition grounds. "The Vraxians have set up 5 different arenas," Alan explained. pointing to the map. Desert, jungle, Arctic, aquatic, and grassland. Each predator will compete in its preferred environment. Lisa Daniels studied the details of the competition rules. Each species brings 5 predators. They'll be tested on strength, speed, hunting ability, and combat skills. Professor Samuel Green, the lead zoologist on the team, stood up. We need to select our champions carefully. The Vraxians have already announced their lineup. He tapped his tablet, and images appeared on the main screen. The room fell silent as they saw the alien predators. The smallest was the size of a rhino, with razor-sharp quills covering its body. The largest stood 3 stories tall with massive jaws that could crush metal. That's the Krell beast, Samuel said, pointing to the largest creature. Native to the Vraxian homeworld, it can survive in extreme heat and has natural armor stronger than our bulletproof vests. A military general in the back of the room spoke up. How are we supposed to compete with that? Our animals will be slaughtered. We need to be smart about this, Alan replied. We can't match them for size, but Earth's predators have their own advantages. Samuel nodded. I suggest we bring our most successful hunters. A Siberian tiger for the grassland arena, a saltwater crocodile for the aquatic zone, a specialized deep-sea predatory squid for the underwater depths, and a genetically optimized timber wolf for the Arctic region. That's only 4, Lisa pointed out. We need 5. From the back of the room, a voice called out, I have a suggestion for the 5th. All heads turned to see a man in his 50s with weathered skin and bright eyes. He wore khaki clothes that had seen better days. John Rodriguez, Alan said. I'm glad you could make it. Everyone, this is the wildlife specialist I told you about. He spent 30 years studying predators in the field. Rodriguez walked to the front of the room. You're all thinking too conventionally. The aliens expect us to bring lions, sharks, and bears. We need something unexpected for the desert arena. What do you suggest? Samuel asked. Rodriguez smiled. Something small but unbeatable. Something that laughs at danger and never gives up. Spit it out, Rodriguez, the general said impatiently. A honey badger. The room erupted in laughter and objections. You can't be serious. A honey badger against alien monsters? This isn't a joke, Rodriguez. Rodriguez waited for the noise to die down. The honey badger is pound for pound the most fearless, most determined fighter on Earth. It takes on lions and cobras without hesitation. It shrugs off bites and stings that would kill other animals. Samuel shook his head. John, I respect your expertise, but we need serious contenders. I've never been more serious, Rodriguez insisted. I've seen a honey badger fight off 6 lions to defend its kill. I've watched one survive a puff adder bite that would kill a buffalo, then eat the snake that bit it. Lisa looked thoughtful. The rules don't specify size requirements, and if we're already expected to lose... Exactly, Rodriguez said. Best case, we surprise them. Worst case, we lose as expected, but with style. After 3 more hours of heated debate, the committee took a vote. The tiger, crocodile, squid, and wolf were unanimously approved. The honey badger passed by a single vote, with Rodriguez, Alan, and Lisa tipping the balance. As the meeting ended, Samuel approached Rodriguez. I hope you know what you're doing. Trust me, Rodriguez replied. The aliens are in for a surprise. Over the next month, the chosen animals were carefully selected, studied and prepared for transport. Special containment units were built to keep them comfortable during the journey to Nexus 9. When the day of departure arrived, 5 transport ships waited on the launch pad. 4 contained Earth's traditional apex predators. The 5th, much smaller, ship held Rodriguez's mysterious choice, a particularly feisty male honey badger that the team had started calling Fury. As the ships took off, Lisa stood beside Rodriguez, watching them climb into the sky. You really believe this animal can compete? She asked. Rodriguez smiled. The Vraxians judge by size and strength. That's their mistake. Sometimes the most dangerous things come in small packages. The journey to Nexus 9 took 3 weeks. Alan and the Earth team watched through the viewport as their ship approached the competition planet. Below them, vast regions of different environments spread out like a patchwork quilt. the purpose-built arenas where their animals would soon compete. "Look at that," Lisa said, pointing to an enormous structure near the center of the mapped region. "Must be the main arena." The ship landed on a flat plain where several other vessels were already parked. Alien spectators and competitors from 20 different worlds had gathered for the event. Most looked at the humans with curiosity or barely concealed amusement. Karen Mitchell, the security officer assigned to protect Earth's predator containers, approached Alan. "Sir, the transport units have all landed safely. The animals are in good condition." "Thank you, Karen. Let's get them moved to the holding pens." The team followed a Vraxian guide to a large facility where each competing species had been assigned space to house their predators. As they walked, they passed other alien teams unloading their competitors. A massive cage rolled by, holding a creature that looked like a cross between a scorpion and a bear. It slammed against the bars, making the entire cage shake. The aliens, escorting it, didn't even flinch. "That's a Zentari war beast," their guide explained. "From the outer colonies, very aggressive." They continued past other cages holding creatures of all shapes and sizes. Each looked more dangerous than the last. One had glowing red eyes and 6 legs ending in curved claws. Another resembled a giant snake with multiple heads. When they reached the Earth section, Rodriguez immediately went to check on the honey badger. The small creature paced in its container, seemingly unimpressed by the journey through space. "How's our secret weapon?" Alan asked. "Angry and ready," Rodriguez replied with a smile. "Just how we want him." Karen looked dubious. "That tiny thing is going to fight those monsters we just saw?" "Size isn't everything," Rodriguez said. "Fury here has heart. More importantly, he has attitude." The honey badger snarled as if agreeing. A commotion at the entrance drew their attention. Commander Zex Talon arrived with his entourage. They stopped at the Earth section, looking at the containers with Earth's predators. "Ah, the humans have arrived," Zex Talon said. "I see you brought your champions." The way he said the word made it clear he thought little of Earth's choices. He peered at the container holding the Siberian tiger. The big cat growled and showed its teeth. "An impressive specimen by your world standards," the commander admitted, "but still just a large cat." He moved to examine the saltwater crocodile, then the specialized squid in its water tank. The timber, Wolf received barely a glance. When he reached the honey badger's container, he stopped, confused. "What is this? Some kind of mistake?" Rodriguez stepped forward. "This is our desert arena competitor." The commander and his entourage broke into what sounded like laughter. "You jest. This small creature? Against a Krell hunting beast?" "Every competitor has the right to choose their champions," Alan said firmly. "This is one of ours." Zex Talon turned to his companions. "The humans bring a snack for our predators. How thoughtful." More alien laughter followed. As they walked away, Lisa moved beside Rodriguez. "They're not taking us seriously." "Good," Rodriguez replied. "Let them underestimate us." That evening, a reception was held for all competing species. The grand hall was filled with aliens from across the galaxy, all curious about the newcomers from Earth. Megan Foster, the team's media specialist, joined Alan at a table of strange-looking food. "The betting pools are up," she said quietly. "Earth is ranked last. No one is giving us any chance at all." "What about our specific predators?" Alan asked. "The tiger and crocodile got some respect. The squid has a few believers. The wolf and honey badger." She shook her head. "No one's betting on them." Rodriguez appeared beside them, sampling an odd blue fruit. "Perfect," he said. "The longer the odds, the bigger the payoff." "You actually placed bets?" Megan asked, shocked. Rodriguez grinned. "Everything I had on our little honey beast." The opening ceremony began the next morning. All 5 arenas were unveiled, each a perfect recreation of the intended environment. The competition would start with the jungle arena, followed by the Arctic aquatic grassland, and finally the desert. As Earth's team prepared their first competitor, the tiger, Rodriguez took one last look at the honey badger. "Not yet, little warrior," he whispered. "But soon." The jungle arena filled with spectators as the first competition began. Screens around the stadium showed close-up views of the dense vegetation where the predators would soon be released. Alan, Lisa, and the rest of the Earth team sat in a designated area, feeling the eyes of alien observers on them. "The first match will test hunting ability," announced a neutral alien referee. "Each predator will be released separately into the arena. Success will be measured by time taken to locate and capture prey, technique, and efficiency. Earth's Siberian." Tiger went third. The beautiful striped cat moved silently through the jungle, its orange and black coat blending surprisingly well with the dappled light. When it spotted the prey animal, a type of alien deer, it stalked perfectly, closing the distance before launching into a powerful sprint. "Look at that speed," Megan said excitedly. "It's doing well." The tiger caught the deer with a textbook takedown, drawing respectful murmurs from some of the alien spectators, but their appreciation dimmed when the next competitor entered the arena. A six-legged shadow creature from Deneb the Mare that could become nearly invisible in darkness. It caught 3 prey animals in the time it took the tiger to catch one. "Not a bad showing," Samuel said, trying to stay positive. "Our tiger placed 4th out of 7 in the jungle arena. The Arctic arena came next. Earth's genetically optimized Timberwolf faced brutal competition. While it showed impressive pack-hunting instincts even as a solo hunter, the alien predators had evolved in conditions far harsher than Earth's polar regions. One creature, covered in crystalline spines, could lower its body temperature to near freezing, becoming invisible to thermal sensors. Another generated heat blasts to melt the ice beneath its prey. The wolf placed 5th. The aquatic arena gave Earth its best chance yet. The specialized deep-sea predatory squid, a rare specimen from Earth's deepest trenches, showed remarkable abilities. With its control of bioluminescence and jet propulsion, it outperformed several alien water creatures. "Third place," Lisa exclaimed, as the rankings appeared. "We're on the board." But the crocodile's performance in the swamp section of the aquatic arena brought disappointment. While the reptile's ambush attack impressed many observers, it fell to an acid-spitting creature that dissolved portions of the environment to flush out hiding prey. As the first day of competition ended, Earth sat near the bottom of the rankings. Only 2 species ranked lower: a gas giant civilization that had brought floating predators unsuited to solid ground, and a hive-mind insect race whose competitors refused to hunt individually. That night, the Earth team gathered in their quarters to discuss strategy. "We're not doing as badly as it looks," Alan insisted. "Our predators are performing close to expectations." Karen shook her head. "Close isn't good enough. Have you seen the feeds from Earth? People are disappointed. Some are saying we should have refused the challenge." "The grassland arena is tomorrow," Samuel said. "The tiger will get another chance there." Rodriguez sat quietly in the corner, watching the team debate. "What about you?" Lisa asked him. "Still confident in your honey badger?" "More than ever," Rodriguez replied. "The desert arena is last. That gives our competitors time to get overconfident." Megan checked her tablet. "The betting odds keep getting worse. Earth is now 1,000-to-1 underdog to finish in the top. Half. Perfect," Rodriguez said with a smile. The next day brought mixed results in the grassland arena. The tiger performed admirably in the open terrain, showing its versatility. But again, the alien predators displayed abilities that seemed almost magical. One could trigger localized gravity changes to trap prey, while another released spores that paralyzed anything that breathed them in. Earth remained near the bottom of the rankings as the final day approached. News from home showed growing disappointment. Some political leaders were calling the competition a mistake that had humiliated humanity. That night, Rodriguez visited the honey badger's containment unit. The small creature looked up at him, alert and fearless. "Tomorrow," Rodriguez told it. "Tomorrow you show them what Earth can do." Alan found Rodriguez there an hour later. "John, I need to know, why are you so confident? What does this animal have that the others don't?" Rodriguez smiled. "Something the aliens can't understand. Something they don't have." Which is? The honey badger doesn't know it can lose, Rodriguez said. And it simply doesn't care. The final day of competition arrived with a sense of gloom hanging over the Earth team. Their predators had performed admirably, showing skill and natural hunting abilities, but they simply couldn't match the specialized adaptations of creatures from harsher worlds. The desert arena competitions begin in 1 hour, announced a voice over the speakers in their quarters. Rodriguez entered the common area wearing what looked like a genuine smile. The rest of the team stared at him. How can you be so cheerful? Megan asked. We're in second to last place overall. Because today is our day, Rodriguez replied, pouring himself a cup of coffee. Today we show the galaxy what Earth is really made of. Alan studied the wildlife expert. John, I respect your expertise, but the honey badger is going up against creatures 3 times its size, with natural weapons we can't even understand. Rodriguez sipped his coffee calmly. Size isn't everything. Neither are fancy adaptations. The Vraxians have entered their Krell hunting beast in this round, Samuel pointed out. It's their top predator. Good, Rodriguez said. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, Lisa finished with a small smile. I hope you're right. Hour later, they gathered at the desert arena. The vast sandy expanse stretched for miles, dotted with rocky outcroppings and sparse vegetation. The stands were packed with aliens eager to see the final competition. The honey badger's container sat on the transport platform, looking tiny compared to the massive cages around it. Nearby, the Vraxian team prepared their Krell beast, a creature that stood taller than a man with armored plates and powerful limbs. Commander Zex Talon approached the Earth team, his 4 arms crossed in what they had learned was a gesture of amusement. I'm surprised you bothered to show up for the final humiliation, he said. Your little furry creature will be a brief snack for our champion. We'll see, Rodriguez replied calmly. I admire your spirit, if not your wisdom, the commander said, before walking away. The Desert Predator competition had 3 parts: survival, hunting, and combat. As the smallest competitor, Earth's honey badger would go first in the survival test. Karen looked worried as they prepared to release the animal. Do you think he understands what's happening? Oh, he understands, Rodriguez said. He's been waiting for this. When the container opened, the honey badger didn't hesitate. It marched straight out into the hot desert sand, nose twitching as it surveyed its surroundings. The crowd went quiet, many seeing an Earth animal in person for the first time. It's so small, an alien spectator nearby commented. Is this a joke? The survival test exposed the predators to extreme desert conditions: scorching daytime heat, freezing night temperatures, and limited water. Remote cameras followed each creature. By midday, the honey badger had found shade under a rock outcropping, dug a shallow pit to reach cooler sand beneath the surface, and located a small water source by digging. The alien audience watched with growing interest as the small creature showed surprising desert survival skills. When a venomous desert snake similar to a sidewinder rattled nearby, the honey badger didn't flee. It charged directly at the snake, dodging a strike before catching the reptile behind the head and killing it efficiently. It then ate the entire snake, venom glands and all. Did it just eat the poison sac? An alien observer asked in disbelief. Venom doesn't affect them much, Rodriguez explained to those nearby. Their skin is thick and their bodies can handle toxins that would kill other animals. As night fell and temperatures dropped, the honey badger dug a deeper burrow, showing remarkable digging ability with its powerful front claws. While other predators struggled with the cold, the honey badger slept comfortably in its den. By morning, when the survival test ended, the honey badger emerged looking no worse for wear. Several larger alien predators had fared poorly, with 2 requesting extraction due to environmental stress. Survival test results, announced the referee. Earth's entry ranks 2nd in desert adaptation. The Earth team looked at each other in shock. 2nd place? How is that possible? Samuel asked. It's not even a desert specialist on Earth. Rodriguez grinned. Honey badgers can live anywhere from deserts to mountains to forests. They're adaptable, and they're just getting started. Commander. Zex Talon's expression had changed from amusement to curiosity as he studied the small Earth predator. For the first time, the Vraxians were paying attention. Next test, hunting ability, came the announcement. Prepare your predators. Rodriguez watched the honey badger pace in its temporary holding area. Show them what you can do, Fury, he whispered. The real show is about to begin. The hunting test began with a release of prey animals into the desert arena. Each predator would have 30 minutes to track, hunt, and capture prey. Points were awarded for technique, efficiency, and number of successful hunts. The honey badger, now nicknamed Fury by all the Earth team, was released again into the arena. This time a hush fell over the alien audience. They were watching more carefully now. What's it doing? Lisa asked as the honey badger began sniffing the air. Tracking, Rodriguez said. Their sense of smell is incredible. They can smell a beehive 3 miles away or detect a rodent underground. Sure enough, Fury began to dig rapidly at a spot in the sand. Within seconds, it pulled out a desert rodent similar to a jerboa, catching it with lightning speed. After quickly eating its catch, the honey badger immediately began searching for more prey. Over the next 30 minutes, Fury demonstrated hunting techniques that surprised even Rodriguez. It tracked creatures through scent, sound, and even vibrations in the sand. It dug up burrowing animals, chased down faster prey with surprising bursts of speed, and even climbed a rock formation to catch something bat-like that had roosted in a crack. 14 successful hunts, Samuel said in amazement, checking the scoreboard. That's more than any other competitor so far. When the Vraxian Krell beast took its turn, it showed impressive power, crushing rocks to expose hiding prey and using its armored tail as a weapon, but it only managed 9 kills in the same time frame. Hunting test results, announced the referee. Earth's entry ranks first in hunting efficiency. The Earth team erupted in cheers. Several alien spectators nearby looked at the humans with new interest. First place, Megan said, hardly believing it. We're actually winning something, Commander. Zex Talon approached their section, his posture noticeably stiffer than before. An impressive showing, he admitted. But the combat test is next. Size and strength matter there. Rodriguez shook his head. Not as much as you might think, they do. Final test was direct combat between predators. Due to its high ranking in the previous tests, the honey badger would face the middle-ranked competitors first. Its first opponent was a quilled creature from a desert moon. Twice the size of the honey badger, it had sharp spines covering its body and a powerful jaw. As the two animals circled each other in the arena, Alan gripped his seat nervously. Those quills look poisonous. They are, Samuel confirmed, checking his data. Very toxic to most species. When the quilled creature charged, Fury didn't retreat. It dodged to the side with surprising agility, then darted in to bite at the creature's leg. Several quills stuck into the honey badger's hide, but it seemed unconcerned. It should be paralyzed by now, an alien spectator said in confusion. Rodriguez smiled. Honey badgers have partial immunity to most venoms and toxins. It's one of their best adaptations. The fight continued with the honey badger using its incredible flexibility to attack from unexpected angles. Despite taking several hits from the quills, Fury kept fighting with unrelenting aggression. Finally, after latching onto the alien creature's throat, the larger animal retreated, signaling surrender. The crowd went silent, then erupted in excited chatter. Victory to Earth's predator, the referee announced. The honey badger's next opponent was a crystalline creature that could camouflage itself against the sand. Again, Fury proved its worth by using its sense of smell to track the hidden opponent, completely negating its advantage. After defeating 3 opponents in succession, the honey badger stood bloodied, but undefeated. The Vraxians demanded medical scans, certain the Earth team had somehow enhanced their animal. Completely natural, the medical officer confirmed after examining Fury. This creature has an unusually thick skin, remarkable jaw strength for its size, and natural resistance to toxins. News of the honey badger's victory spread quickly through the competition grounds and back to Earth. Videos of the small but ferocious animal defeating much larger opponents went viral across human networks. The final match will begin in 1 hour, announced the referee. Earth's honey badger against the Vraxian krell hunting beast. As the team prepared Fury for its biggest challenge, Alan noticed the honey badger showed no signs of fatigue despite its wounds. "How can it keep fighting like this?" he asked Rodriguez. "Because," Rodriguez said, "honey badgers simply don't give up. Ever." Around the arena, aliens began placing new bets. The odds on Earth's predator had shifted dramatically. The honey badger was no longer a joke. It was now a contender. Word of the honey badger's success spread quickly through the competition grounds. Aliens from different species crowded around Earth's area, trying to get a glimpse of the small predator that had defeated opponents many times its size. "I don't understand," one tall, blue-skinned alien said to Rodriguez. "Why does it keep fighting even when injured?" Rodriguez smiled. "That's just how honey badgers are. They never back down." As the team tended to Fury's wounds before the final match, Rodriguez explained more about the animal to the growing crowd of curious aliens. On Earth, honey badgers are known for their fearlessness. They take on lions, buffalo, even poisonous snakes. Their skin is so tough that arrows and spears sometimes can't penetrate it. Their jaws can crack turtle shells. "But it's so small," another alien observed. "Small but mighty," Rodriguez replied, "and incredibly smart. They can use tools, solve puzzles, and remember complex paths. Some have been known to use objects to climb out of enclosures that were thought to be escape-proof." A group of scientific observers from various worlds took notes, fascinated by this unexpected Earth predator. One of them approached Samuel with a datapad. "We analyzed the combat footage," the alien scientist said. "Your honey badger can rotate its body inside its loose skin, allowing it to turn and bite even when grabbed. Is this common in Earth species?" "No," Samuel explained. "It's a special adaptation mostly unique to the honey badger. Combined with their thick skin and powerful muscles, it makes them nearly impossible to hold on to in a fight." The final match was set in the largest arena yet, a mixed terrain with sand, rocks, and sparse vegetation. The stands were completely full, with many aliens standing to watch. Several galactic news services had sent crews to cover the unexpected story of Earth's surprising competitor. Commander Zextalon visited the Earth team's preparation area. His demeanor had changed completely from his earlier mockery. "Your predator has fought well," he said formally, "but the Krell beast has never been defeated in single combat. It is twice the size of any opponent your honey badger has faced so far." "Size isn't everything," Rodriguez repeated his mantra. The commander nodded. "So it seems. Your Earth saying has merit." When the time came, both predators were brought to opposite ends of the arena. The Krell beast was truly massive, standing over 8 feet tall with armored plates and powerful limbs ending in curved claws. Its jaws could easily swallow the honey badger whole. The honey badger, despite its previous battles, showed no fear. It faced the much larger predator with the same determined stance it had shown from the beginning. "Begin," announced the referee. The Krell beast charged immediately, its footsteps shaking the ground. The honey badger held its position until the last moment, then darted between the larger animal's legs. As it passed, it bit deeply into one leg, causing the Krell beast to roar in pain and swing around. "Amazing speed," Alan observed. "The honey badger is using its size as an advantage." The Krell beast tried repeatedly to pin down the smaller predator, but Fury was too quick and too slippery. Whenever it was caught, it twisted inside its loose skin to escape, often leaving a painful bite behind. "It's like trying to hold on to a greased ferret," Megan commented as the honey badger escaped another grapple. But the Krell beast's natural advantages began to tell. A swipe from its massive paw caught the honey badger and sent it flying into a rock. For a moment, Fury lay still, and the Earth team held their breath. "Get up," Lisa whispered. As the Krell beast approached for the finishing blow, the honey badger suddenly sprang back to life. Instead of running away, it charged directly at the much larger predator, aiming for its face. With an incredible leap, Fury latched onto the Krell beast's snout, biting down with all its might. The larger animal roared and shook its head violently, trying to dislodge the attacker. Blood poured from both animals as they struggled. The honey badger refused to let go, even as the Krell beast slammed itself against rocks trying to remove its small but determined opponent. "It should be dead by now," Commander Zexatalon said in disbelief from his seat near the Earth team. "How can it endure such punishment?" "Because," Rodriguez said calmly, "honey badgers don't know how to quit." The battle continued for nearly an hour, with neither animal willing to surrender. The honey badger was thrown, clawed, and crushed repeatedly, but kept returning to the fight. The Krell beast, despite its size and strength, couldn't land a finishing blow on the impossibly resilient Earth predator. As the epic battle between the honey badger and the Krell beast entered its second hour, the arena had grown completely silent. Aliens who had come expecting quick entertainment were now witnessing something extraordinary. The Krell beast was bleeding from dozens of wounds. Though each individual bite from the honey badger was small, they had accumulated. The massive creature's movements had grown slower, more cautious. It no longer charged, but kept its distance, wary of the small opponent that refused to stay down. Fury, despite its injuries, kept up the attack. Its fur was matted with blood, both its own and the Krell beast's. One eye was swollen shut, yet still it advanced, showing no signs of giving up. "This is unprecedented," the referee announced to the silent crowd. "No opponent has ever lasted this long against a Krell hunting beast." After another 15 minutes of careful circling and brief, violent clashes, something remarkable happened. The Krell beast backed away. Then, in a gesture understood by all predator species, it lowered its head and turned sideways, exposing its flank. It was not surrendering exactly, but it was acknowledging the fight as a draw. It would not continue. For several seconds, the honey badger stood its ground, still ready to fight. Then, seeming to accept the outcome, it turned and limped toward the Earth team's side of the arena. A moment of silence hung in the air before the stadium erupted in thunderous noise as aliens of all species cheered, stamped, whistled, and made countless other sounds of appreciation. Many were standing, gesturing toward the small Earth predator with what looked like respect. "Match concluded," the referee announced. "Result: draw by mutual disengagement. First recorded instance of a Krell beast battle without clear victory." The Earth team rushed to recover Fury. Medical staff immediately began treating its wounds. "Will it survive?" Alan asked anxiously. The alien doctor nodded. "Its vital signs are remarkably strong given the injuries. This species has incredible recovery abilities." Commander Zexatalon approached with his entourage. His manner had completely changed from his earlier arrogance. "Your honey badger has shown valor worthy of the greatest warriors," he said formally. "We withdraw our previous assessment of Earth's predators." Rodriguez smiled. "Thank you, Commander. Perhaps there are different kinds of strength in the galaxy." "Indeed," the commander agreed. "Size and power are not everything. Your honey badger has demonstrated that with clarity." News of the historic draw spread quickly across the competition planet and back to Earth. Humans who had been disappointed by the earlier results now celebrated the honey badger as a global hero. The honey beast, as it was quickly nicknamed, in the media became an overnight sensation. In the final standings, Earth's overall ranking rose significantly thanks to the honey badger's performance. While still not in the top positions, they had moved from near last to a respectable middle ranking, an impressive achievement for a first-time competitor. At the closing ceremony, representatives from each competing species gathered in the main hall. The Earth team stood proudly as their accomplishments were recognized. Rodriguez carried a small container with the honey badger inside, now recovering nicely from its injuries. Alan addressed the gathered aliens. "We came here as newcomers, unsure of our place in the galactic community. Through this competition, we've learned that Earth has its own unique strengths, different but valuable. We look forward to further cultural exchanges." After the ceremony, several alien scientists approached Rodriguez, eager to learn more about Earth's wildlife. One tall insect-like being spoke through a translator. We have been studying planetary evolution for centuries, yet never encountered a creature with the honey badger's particular combination of traits. Would Earth consider a scientific exchange program? Within days, plans were made for an interspecies wildlife research initiative. Earth would share its biological diversity while learning about life on other worlds. 6 months later, Lisa found herself on a diplomatic mission to the Vraxian homeworld. As she walked through their capital city, she noticed something strange. Small, honey badger statues adorned many buildings. "What are these?" she asked her guide. "They represent determination against overwhelming odds," the Vraxian explained, "a quality we have come to respect in Earth species." As Lisa passed a group of young Vraxians, she overheard one use a phrase that made her smile. "Be brave like the honey beast." The small predator had done more than win a competition. It had changed how an entire galaxy viewed Earth and its inhabitants. From that day forward, humans were known throughout the stars for their honey badger spirit. Small perhaps, but impossibly determined, and never, ever willing to back down.